comma. So you'll see it. So you'll see where you have to pause and yeah. My use of Toy Story movies of how Woody felt when Buzz came into the picture. Never change to make someone else happy or satisfied unless it is you who has determined that factor. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you want to do it, go ahead. But you really shouldn't change who you are to help somebody else. It should definitely be because you want to do it, not because society says and it will help everybody else. But at the end of the day, you have to sit here and deal with those emotions and the changes and those feelings. So I don't care about what somebody, it can help everybody, Tamara, if you just do it. Man, fuck you. If I don't want to, I ain't gotta. And that's just respectfully. I really am upset here, because I see the shit. Anyway, and excuse my French, because I'm tired of this stuff. And the how they're painting not women like myself. Because let's go back. It says this is just a book, but I'm sorry, this is not just a book. And a fantasy. It says adult epic high fantasy set on Mars featuring strong female leads. So it's obviously some kind of attack because of how our mind works. And I'm going to get to all of that, making it make sense, but using myself to make it make sense. So anyway, moving forward. Never change to make someone else happy or satisfied unless it is you who has determined that factor. In closing, my Annie B. Shaw, when you go back to your grandmother's lineages and stuff. So respectfully, Annie is, so I got my Mary, that's my regular grandma, just grandma. Her mother, Eliza, great grandma. Annie is my great great. Julia, her mother, is my great great great. Romeo and Juliet, somebody wants Romeo to die. There's a lot of algorithm with Aaliyah and all this shit. This is why a lot of times I see why they don't want people to find my content. I get it. Anyway, we're moving forward. I see your ass though. You're not. No. Anyway, Annie B. Shaw is a child of Julia Ann Adams of North Carolina. That's where I am. And her real name, her mother's real name was Naomi. Now I put in parentheses the other way to spell it due to the bibliomancy attribute, because we all know etymology is powerful, so don't play with me in here. In replica of the Book of Ruth, and announced her name as Mara. But my name is Tamara. So what I'm saying is just how the book is so replica. Like, they have you all over the place because how everybody has their viewpoint of you. You have to make sure you set the record straight, people. You can't just let them do this to you. You got to set the record straight. Don't let them do that shit to you. I'm going to use myself to prove the point. Or you would say, oh, you're playing in there. No, I'm not, if I'm correcting their error. Anyway. What's up, guys? How you doing? So, pretty much, her name is Mara, aka the West Side Story of Maria Maria. Now, remember I said I had an ear for music. Maria Maria. She reminded me of a West Side Story. Growing up in Spanish Harlem, she living a life like a movie star. So, what I'm getting at, people, yes, peace and blessings. And some would say blessings, so if you like that word, don't chew us out for it. I like both. I'm on my radio when he said, "Where my pie?" And I'm channeling. So I'm sorry if some of y'all think I'm Riri. That's fine with me. Little shine bright like a diamond, because that's what I'm about to do. Basically, yeah, he was like, "Where my pie?" Y'all remember radio, but then she was like, what she said, do you want what kind of pie? It was cherry, was it blackberry, something like that? And he said it was two of them though. He said, I like both. Yeah, give me both of them. I'm not choosing shit. That's the problem. They want you to choose. They're trying to make you choose when both matter. I'm not about to argue with a bunch of fools who do not understand and understand this. Because on both sides, look, my so-called quote-unquote Caucasian people, y'all take a break. My melanated family, where you at? Y'all know some of our people sold us out, whether they was more American Indian. Yes, some of you American Indians did it too. Let's talk about it. We're going to talk about it later. But we just announced it. Don't let me push my button. Because some of y'all got me fucked up today, tomorrow, next year, all that. Anyway, we're going to get it right, though, whether you like that or not. Because what I'm not about to do is just vibe with you because what you look like. Oh, well, our roots, sister, we come from I don't give about that. I don't. All right? So we moving forward. I just let you know where I stand. So it goes on to say in my book, making it make sense here, because we talking about this. Hold on, let me help y'all out. We talking about this. And there's a whole freaking video game. And in my book, I talk about Mara. Now, in the Bible, y'all need to really get it. God is, I'm trying to tell them because they got me fucked up. In the book of Ruth. Ruth is not that long. Go read it. Just go see it. I don't care if I don't like the Bible. I'm not telling you to like it. I didn't say go live by it. That's what is being used against you, so help you God. Just like everything else. It's your job to be studious. I'm not about to sit here and explain a lot of shit to people who don't want to go read, don't want to go see why and all this. Because if somebody is dropping the dime on you, you will want to go research to make sure you understand what I'm saying, how to battle this thing or be in preparation of combat. I was just telling y'all about BP. All gas, no brakes, but be prepared. Yes, man. Ruth, the book of Ruth. Ruth, in the book of Ruth, it talks about how basically she had children and something happened where they got taken away in some kind of manner, and they had some kind of reunion, things like that. And she changed her name to Mara, and it was something about Naomi. And I find it ironic. I gotta go back and study it really well myself. I don't mind, because you can read a book 1,000 times and get a different notation of it. Kind of like a tarot reader, when they would read someone's cards, they're not gonna get the same feeling because of energy or facts or whatever you might conjure up due to channeling. Why do you think they call radio and he said he liked both? It's not about, oh, this one is correct because of facts and this is our land. A lot of that, my land motherfuckers got shit where it is today. And then but don't get it twisted. Caucasoids, I love you, but I got to bring you back in. Some of them shook hands with y'all for y'all to do this, but then some of y'all fucked them over. See what happens when you jump ship? That's what y'all get. And some of y'all was American Indian doing this to your own people. You want to talk about Moors? Fuck you. It's probably why some of them separated to do something different, because they saw that. But then, you know how you try to do something for the greater good, and then it gets sabotaged again. I wonder what the fuck is going on that it keeps doing this. I'm just trying to channel, like you're supposed to figure out or have a good mindset of openness, not really try to figure out anything. Because, this is a big mystery, and I don't think it really, you're going to figure out everything. But we can get down to the complacency of order and structure where it can be peace and tranquility finally. So, they would say, oh, Lord, she's going on a rant. If you don't like it, move to the side. So, says it right here, and I'm gonna get to the video. Y'all gonna like this video. It's just so straight to the point. But I'm gonna change this right quick so y'all can read what this book is about. And it's funny how he says this, and then you go to the Lord have mercy. I see why they took the book of Enoch out. Anyway, we going forward. And Ruth, right? The book of Ruth, and announced her name is Mara. Ruth announced her new name is Mara, or it was probably Naomi announced her name as Mara. I really got to go back and look. I don't want to sit here and like they would say, put a spin to it, and it's not correct. I ain't like that. So if you would like to go look, I did do a little bit of reading. I think I just forgotten the info. Hold on. Okay, so I got my books. I always keep them close by. I got the new translation. They would say Jehovah. Do the Jehovian Anus. And then I have the King James Version. So what I'm going to do right quick is just go to it right fast to make sure. It's on page 219. Now, I used to ride bus 218. That's weird. The double Dutch bus coming down the street, moving pretty fast. You better shuffle your feet. You don't think these songs? I just saw Bus 99, like I said in my last live. Oh, I appreciate you listening. Yeah, I gotta go sometime. I'm probably gonna go today too. I mean, it's open. Yo, this is great. Okay, cause after this, I'm gonna go and get ready and go to the library myself, goddess. That's crazy. Like, how dare you paint me to be the bad one? Like, oh my God! But y'all created diseases and things. This is why I wrote the book, y'all. So I don't care if they want to sit here and put me on this thing where, oh no, look what she got going on though. It's not about what I got going on if you are the reason why it's going on. Yes, I yelled. Because y'all don't understand. It's not you. So, of course, you don't get it. And then you don't understand the emotion. They literally are saying it's my fault. Or they're going to say or try to portray that it's my fault. Or women like me in general. Because right here it says, high fantasy set Mars featuring strong female leads. So if leads has an S at to it, it means more than one woman. Why? Why? You got the right one this fucking time. Game over. Or is it a new game? Is it fair game? I don't know. Stay in your lane though. So it says the book of Ruth. I'm going to read the first verse and the 7th verse. Well, actually the first verse all the way to the 7th. Because y'all should understand, understand. When you read the verses of the Bible, they're also equivalent to the placements of your natal chart. So if you know what your Venus is, and you read verse 7, that's your marriage, karma, karmic debt, karmic lessons, stuff like that. Your 7th house is your Venus. It's replica to Venus. And you'll see a flip side. I'm going to get to all of that. I'm just trying to get to I can't believe they would try to paint me to be, because I can't help what I created and what I did. But then they're going to turn around and say I'm the fault and I am a problem. But if I got evidence you are the problem and you created this shit and you're trying to paint me to be the bad one, then what the fuck are you trying to say? I guess we all going together. You won't have shit. Okay? You can't have it. If I can't and my people can't, that righteously, regardless if they look like me or not, if they're children and things like that, and they're innocent and obviously can prove they had nothing to do with it, regardless of their past lives and what they would tap into and blah 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 and their powers, you can't, I don't think you should have it either, motherfucker. Who are you? Who do you think you are? What's that song? It's a pop song. Who do you think you are? Turn around, leaving scars, collecting your jar hearts, and tearing love apart. You're gonna catch a cold from the ice inside your soul. So don't come back for me. Who do you think you are? Stay your ass where you at. I don't want your love. I don't want your help. I don't want your consideration, because you literally got me fucked up. I literally had to go through all of this shit to prove I could. Motherfucker. I'm not crazy. Ain't shit crazy about me. It makes sense. I'm about to make it make sense today. Okay, so Ruth. First verse. Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled. Now the new version. Let's see what the new version says as we move along. Let's not just synthesize it to one, right? Let's see. Ruth is on page 391. If that might mean something to somebody. And then before, this is the ironic part. Before you get to the book of Ruth, Judges is before it. Ain't that some trash? I'm like khaki. I like that trash. I got a friend or a guy that knows my children's father, and regardless of, you know, our differences, his saying, he's very country hard, as you can tell, me too. But yeah, he's what they would say Caucasian, but he likes to say he's Native American respectfully. That's fine with me, bro. He likes to say this saying. I like that trash. Shout out to khaki. So the first verse, it says in the new version, it says, now in the days when the judges administered justice, a famine occurred in the land, and a man went from Bethlehem in Judah to reside as a foreigner in the fields of Moab, he along with his wife and 2 sons. This says, I know, I got to be funny. They try to be funny. This is the old version. Y'all remember Sojourner Truth, right? So don't lose it. It says, now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land, and a certain man. So it can't just be any man. It has to be a certain man according to the old. The new just says a man. I guess because they feel like, you know how set marriages were back then? And they had a certain person for you, but the new version is probably insisting it's just a man, more like whoever this person might choose to be with. Because, you know, old ways, you know, changes were administered due to, they would say, you're trying to force me to live a certain way and I don't want to live like that. But even in the new ways, you're still trying to force certainty of living or acceptance of that living, and they don't like that. So it's like, you're always going to find an issue. You just got to work your way through. And it says, and a certain man of Bethlehem, in the King James Version, Judah went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and 2 sons. Now, I don't have 2 sons. But I said also, or at least that's what they would say, I had a miscarriage and 1 son. So my miscarriage is probably my son. Son is also in replica to any child. The son as in the son children. So etymology for those who want to equate it to men. I remember we was talking, it was a guy, we was all in there talking about Europa and how she was sitting on her throne holding a little boy, and everybody still wants to equate the power to be given to a child. First of all, it's a kid. Y'all just want it to be a man so bad that you don't want to think that it could pop. No, her. Why would Megan Thee Stallion make the song I'm her, she, me, and somebody's literally trying to take shit from me for them, or put me in a situation where I would have to need them so they can manipulate me. You don't think relationships work that way? Narcissistic. I can't make this up. And I don't give a fuck if I'm by myself with a puppy and a goldfish. I will never give you this power. It's for me. It's not for you. Because you don't understand it. You want it for your gain, your agenda. I understand all the agendas of fairness. Title 17. Because some of y'all don't know shit about fairness. At least you try to act like you do. Or you will manipulate things in contradictfulness with your contradiction. Look at that. Even contradiction, dick is in it. You too. I hope you see this when you get time. This is about to be good. I'm going to put it on YouTube. So it says, y'all, in the second one, the second verse, and the name of the man was Elimelech, and the name of his wife was Naomi. The name of his two sons was Malone, or, you know, like Post Malone. Why'd I have a son? When I thought it ballin', I was young. You gon' think about me when I'm gone. I want that money like the ring I never won. Saucin' on you. Swaggin'. And these sons were young. Stop playing with me. Go play with somebody else. Anyway, I don't mean to subjugate the celebrities, their songs, movies. We all know we use them for decoding purposes anyway, and that's all that they're for, under the replica of Title 17 U.S. Code 107 for educational and entertainment purposes only. Thank you. And it will be below in the description box. But anyway, and then the second one was Chilean. And then you got the F. Oh, Lord. The F, I think I'm saying it right. Ephraimites and of Bethlehem with the hyphenated Judah. So Bethlehem hyphenated Judah. 2. This is why Hebrew Israelite, they said. But then you got Christianity. What's with the separation anyway? When all you gonna make us do is come together to try and destroy, kill, steal, destroy this thing that you don't want people to realize that I'm about to lay out. And they came into the country of Moab and continued there. And Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died. Book of Eli. And she was left and her 2 sons. And they took them wives. So they went and got married. Of the women of Moab, to other women, Moab, aka Moorish women. The name of the one was Oprah. And the name of the other, Ruth. It says Orpah. That's Oprah. Ain't nobody gonna sit here and look at me. Anyway, and they dwelled there about 10 years. And Malone and Chilion died also, both of them. And the women was left of her 2 sons and husband. This is 6th verse. Then she arose. I keep telling y'all about these damn roses. Who painted my roses red? Who dare paints the royal flower bed? Who painted my roses red? Someone will lose their head. I'm not making this up. I can't. It's all in your face. You just don't want to equate fantasy with reality. If they'll do it in anything else, what makes you think that it's not a replica to reality with a twist? Alright? That's all I'm trying to get at. So, this is what I'm talking about as far as the roses. I know you like to thank you. Now, some women, regardless if they're Moorish or whatever they may be, some of your roses smell like them. And some of y'all don't understand that you just stink. I know you like to thank you. Don't stink, but lean a little bit closer. Now, Aaliyah is 44 years old. I'm sorry you can't see the whole photo. I don't own rights to this. I don't own rights to the one over there. But she has pretty brown eyes. You know, I see you. Anyway, but you know, moving on. Hey, look, I like green eyes too. Y'all remember the Minion that has one green eye and one brown? Somebody just doesn't want the original woman to have her seat. Someone doesn't want people to realize if it weren't for her, you wouldn't be. Somebody just doesn't want her to know that. Or she knows that. Because Leah was very woke. Don't nobody want to talk about it. She went to the award show one time with an Egyptian little piece on her arm looking fly with her Gucci and her Gucci shoes. Even Beyonce was like, girl, what you got on? What's that? Da-da-da-da-da. But then all this shit with her and not Beyonce, but her, Aaliyah, is going on. I got a cousin named Aaliyah. And this is the crazy part. What I want to say is about that, because everybody got a story to tell. Let me help you out. From what she would say, she thinks that I slept with her ugly baby daddy. Don't nobody want him. He wanted me. So that vibe of if your girl only knew. This is what I will say. I felt that way because when I was pregnant with London at the time, my daughter, we was in Walmart and I had actually caught her looking at him like a certain way, and she did her body a certain gesture, like on some and then I had caught that, like and then she straightened her ass up real quick. Okay, so what's up with that? I remember putting a post on my Facebook, right? I said, I can't believe one of my cousins would sleep with my baby daddy. Now, I did my dirt too in a lot of ways, but at the end of the day, after being pushed for so long, like not appreciated, the man would beat the fuck out of me. So I'm over here like, and I was the worker. You know, I did everything. You know, most of. I'm not saying that he was lazy. You know, he contributed when he could, and he was still a great guy his way. I would never, not mention that. I mean, still to this day, I can call him and get some help or something. Hey, everybody. But what I'm trying to get at is, in a nutshell, to kind of help you with how things mirror each other, or a mirroring effect of life through other people. But you still gotta look at you. Somebody else will try to look at your life to help them, and that's not what needs to happen. But you can't help that somebody wanted your life, so a switch happened. You can't help that. So anyway, you gotta do what you gotta do. In a nutshell, what I believe happened, if they're trying to say they never did anything and they don't know what I'm talking about, there's too many situations, people, where basically I caught a lot of things. You can read energy, and it's like, stop trying to act like I'm stupid. Like, let's just say, let's play devil's advocate. They never actually slept together, right? Let's say that, because I actually still don't know. I have assumption or feelings. 911 on the phone. This is an emergency message for some reason. I'm trying to help you out. Where basically like this. Like I said, let's just say they didn't do it, right? Something the fuck happened. let's say, for example, you could be around somebody, right, and you feel the vibe and y'all cool on some, what kind of man or woman would you be if you lived unfaithfully? And what kind of girl would you be if you did the same? Cause I don't want you. Vibes of songs. So if they're trying to say they never did shit, then it gotta be something like that, because you're not gonna lie to me about energy and vibes and what I know for a fact and what I've seen y'all do. Like, it was one time I was at a gas station, I was at Murphy's, and my baby daddy's behind me. I can't see what he's doing, but you know how you got eyes in the back of your head, even though eyes ain't in the back of your head? And she was over here smiling, hee hee ha, and all this shit. Like, I'm still greeting and showing my cousin love, though. You feel me? I can't help what somebody do to me. Yes, that shit still hurts because I'm not stupid. Like, I put a post, and I didn't get to that. I put a post that my cousin slept with my baby daddy. But see, I'm talking about a cousin on my father's side. This cousin Aaliyah that I'm talking about, not this Aaliyah, but you know, I got a cousin named Aaliyah. She's on my mother's side. And what I'm saying is, I had put that post up that's, you know, oh, cousin slept with one, and I was hurt by it. But it was something that I found out it was so, like, in the past, and they hurt my feelings trying to be funny about it. And I had got emotional, and I put a post up there. And it made, you know, I was young and dumb, as we all were, because certain things you just don't put on Facebook. But I did it, and I just want to speak my truth, and that's what it is. And she immediately unfriended me. Why did you do that, Leah, if you didn't have nothing to do with? Why would you unfriend me? And then my cousins, my twin cousins, you see how shit worked? The Geminis, the Pisces, both of them hit me up. My first cousins, I grew up with them. I love them. Shout out to y'all. And then it's like, what if they're really telling the truth this time, that they'll do right? But why you trying to make it all about me for? Like, okay, that saying of, if you blame somebody, like, you point the finger, me too.